Hey guys, Chad here again, Flying S Models. Wanted to take some time tonight to show you all my favorite filler. I've tried a ton of fillers in the past, and some work better than others, but this filler is my absolute go-to favorite anytime I need it. The problem with most fillers, like the one you get from Tamiya, Squadron, even some of the auto body fillers, you know, like this Tamiya putty, or sometimes I've used standard auto body filler, and they're good. They go on easy, they bond well to plastic, and they sand easily. But the real big problem I have is that they don't take a scribe line when I go to rescribe panel lines to put back detail that's been lost. So I'm going to show you what I do, or the filler I use. That actually is far superior for adhesion, and also most importantly rescribing or re-riveting some of the lost detail. So let me go ahead and get started and talk to you about what it is. Okay, to be straightforward and honest with you guys, I didn't come up with this technique. I actually saw it on a video by a master modeler, Paul Budzig, and I tried it. I was able to acquire some of the dental, it actually uses dental resin powder and CA glue, and you can mix it in various thicknesses to get kind of consistency you like and accelerate the drying time as you like. So I want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. I didn't invent this technique or this actual material, but I've used it a lot, wanted to share it with you all. So let me show you what it actually is. It's dental resin powder. In this case, it's Dentsply is the manufacturer. The unfortunate thing is that it is only available if you're a dentist. I actually was fortunate enough to find a guy online who had bought a 4-pound tub, used 2 pounds of it, and was selling the other half. And so I purchased the other half from him, and then what I do is take it out of the big tub and I transfer it over into a little bottle, so I can just squeeze out a little bit. The 2 pounds I have will probably last multiple lifetimes, so a little bit goes a long way. So you can use just about any medium viscosity CA. I've used Zap-A-Gap. This is just stuff I bought at Hobby Lobby. And like I said, I just transferred out of the big tub, put a little bit in the small bottle here. And then what I use is, I've got a buddy who sends me a desktop calendar every year, so I get to look at some cool planes, and I use it. It's a nice shiny glossy paper, so the CA doesn't actually stick to it. So I use small sections of this to just mix up small batches at a time as I need it. What I'm going to do is take this scrap piece from a 1/32 JU 388 I'm working on, and you can see here I've drilled a couple small holes. I'm going to fill those holes, and I'm going to rescribe a panel line across there, kind of show the benefits of this particular filler. So I've ripped off a small section, that's all I need to work with, of my little desktop calendar, and take a little bit of CA, just apply just a small drop there, doesn't take much. Can then take my acrylic resin powder, and I can just squirt a little bit. Again, like I said, the more you add, the thicker it gets, the better it applies to a deep gap or seam or hole. You can see here as I mix it up, it starts to get thicker. The only issue is that it does start to set up quicker the thicker you make it. So once you have it thick, I like it kind of the viscosity of around like a toothpaste or something. You just take it and dab it with a toothpick into the area you want to fill. The more you apply, of course, the harder it's going to be to sand the surface flush, so don't get carried away. Alright, so you can see here that the 2 holes have been filled, and just to speed things along, I'm going to take a drop of CA Accelerator and just get things moving along for the sake of this video, and apply it here and get that thing solidified. Alright, Now once it's solidified, which it probably is now, yep, well, you can see a little bit mushy. I'll hit it again. But once it's solid, I'll do a quick sand of it and get it down smooth. And then we'll put a couple rescribed lines in there, and then I'll put a wash in there just to show the detail that can be had with this particular filler. Okay, so I've taken my little sanding pad and sanded down the areas that I filled. You can see there, it's nice and smooth. The holes are filled in. And while I got you, I just wanted to give a little bit of a plug to these Model Craft dual grit flexi sanders. Pretty nice, kind of like standard nail files you buy at Walmart or any other store, but they're sized well for your hand. They can be used wet or dry. I usually use them most time wet, actually. And they're dual grit. Like this is a 240 400. It's kind of worn down either side. So, and they have various grits. So, like I said, this thing is sanded down nice and smooth. Next step is I'm going to put a little scribe line right through here so we can see how well it did. The scribe line, I used my handy dandy Dymo tape. Just take a little sliver of that. I like to cut it in half so I get a little more use out of a single roll. Then just take a small piece. I'll take this small piece here, I'll peel it off, I'll put it over here where I want to scribe the line, and then I'll take out a needle in my pin vise and scribe that line. We'll show you how it works. Okay, just for a test here, I've put that piece of Dymo tape right across the two holes, kind of in the center of the hole, and then I'm going to take a pin vise that I've chucked up, just a standard straight pin. I actually cut it, the head off of it, and I just inserted the pin vise, tightened it down, and I can use that to scribe the line. So what I'll do is I'll just take it and just run it right along the straight edge and run it right through the areas that I filled and make a couple passes just to deepen it in, like so. Alright, just like that. Now we'll take off the tape and we'll inspect that line. Alright, kind of hard to see here, just given the color of the plastic. So what I'll do is I'll put a light sand here, because anytime you scribe you get a little bit of ridge on both sides of the line. I will sand it down, and then I'm going to take a little bit of panel line wash and I'll fill it in there, and then you can kind of see how well it did in relation to the filled area, and we can demonstrate that you don't get any chipping or anything like that of that filler using the acrylic resin powder and CA glue. Alright, I've sanded the line, and I've taken my pin vise and just run it over the line one more time to clean out the sanded dust. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this panel liner from AK Interactive. It's fantastic stuff. You don't have to actually mix up your own with oils. And I'm going to put a little bit of this, shake it up, put a little bit right in the panel line just to give a little demonstration here. Take my brush, put it right along the line. You can see it start to run inside on the line, and I'll just dab it in here. You can cover it up. We'll let that dry, then we'll wipe it off, and you'll kind of see what how well it did when I rescribed the line. Alright, now here you go. I've just quickly, after it dried, I just quickly wiped it off with a paper towel, moistened with a little mineral spirits or white spirits. And let me see if we can get a shot here. You can kind of see just how crisp that line is, running right through the areas that were filled. And it works just as well if you use a riveter tool or something like that. You want to add some more surface detail. So if you were to use like a riveter tool like this thing here, you could have added rivets right over that filled in area, and it would have done just as well. So that's it. Best filler, dang filler I have ever used. Far superior to anything out there that's available on the market. Make sure to follow my fledgling little YouTube channel. I think I only have one video up there, but I'm going to try to keep loading up videos, things that can help fellow modelers alike. Or you can follow me on my Facebook page at Flying S Models. Thanks for watching.